Hello everyone. Today I'm going to continue the series for the graphical user interface in C++, and today I will teach you how you can create sliders in C++ and progress bars in C++. And if you want to learn about the buttons, push buttons, toggle buttons, and the radio button, and about the software Qt, so you can watch my first tutorial, and I will put the link in the description so you can check it out from there. So now we will move towards our today's tutorial, and for this you need to open your Qt creator, and you need to create a new project, and I have already created it, so you can open it. And I have talked about each file in my first tutorial, what are these files and what are the functions of these files, so you can check it out from there. So for the slider you need to go into the forms main window, and I will delete this. So this is your empty window. Now we can add the slider inside here. So for this, drag down, go to the input widgets and select the horizontal slider and put it here. So if you click on the slider, you will see the properties of the slider here. You can change its XY position from here and the size of the slider from here, from width and height. Here you have the size policy and everything about the design of the slider is here, and everything about the functions of the slider is here. Like the minimum value for the slider is 0 and the maximum is 99. You can put it to any value. I will put it to 100. And the step size is like, if you move your slider, so it will increase its step one by one. It will go from 1 to 2 and then 2 to 3. So and the page step is like, if you use a mouse scroll and if you scroll once, so it will take a step size of 10. So, and this is the value, like what should be the initial value for the slider, you can give it from here. And this is the slider position. It's similar like the value. If I put it 50, you can see the slider comes at in the middle. So I will put it in 0, and both are going to 0. And you can also change the orientation of the slider from here. And here is the tracking. This tracking is actually just used to know the coordinates of the mouse when you move the mouse on the slider. So these are some basic uh, things about the slider, and these are the tick positions. Like if you want to add the ticks on the slider, you can click on it and you see the ticks are appeared above on the slider. So for now we are using nothing about the slider. So like you can also create signals from the slider. If you move the slider, so what will happen? So for this you need to right click on the slider and go to slots, and you see there are different kind of signals you can generate from the slider. Action triggered, range changed means when you change the range of the slider. Right now we have the range of 0 to 100. So if you change it from 0 to 40, so it will generate this signal. Slider moved, if you move the slider, so it will generate a signal. And slider press, when you click the this square here, so it will generate a signal. When you release it, it will generate a signal here. And value change, whenever you change the value of the slider, it will generate a signal. So for now we will choose this thing and click on OK. So it will create a function for you, and inside this function I have already write the code qdebug and value. I am printing the value. Whenever I move the slider, it will call this function and it will print the value on the console. So we will run our program and see the output. Yeah, this is our main window, and this is our slider. Whenever I move the slider, it will call this function and print the value in the console. And you see, when I move the slider, it will take a step size of 1 because we set it in our designer tool. So yeah, this is how the slider works. Next thing, we will see how we can use the progress bar in C++. So for this you need again to go into the forms and go into the display widgets and select the progress bar and put it here. So here again on the right window you are seeing the properties of the progress bar, and these are just the geometry and size policy, minimum size, everything is here. So if you want to learn about these properties, you can check out my first tutorial. And these are the like functional properties of the progress bar. The minimum value of the progress bar should be 0. and maximum should be 100, and the starting value is not 24, we will put it to 0, and you see it change it to 0. And orientation is horizontal, and we need the text to be visible. And yeah, and you can also change the format of the text here. So these are just some basic properties of the progress bar. So next thing, how we can connect our slider to the progress bar. For this you need to use this thing here, edit signal and slots, and you can select your slider and put it here. So whenever you change the value of the slider, so what these are the signals from the slider, and these are the slots from the progress bar. So you set the value for the progress bar also. When you change the value from the slider, so it will call the slot from the progress bar. So we will click it OK, and now we will run our program again and save all. Now you will see if I change my slider value here, so it will also change on the progress bar. This is how you can create progress bar and connect it with your sliders. Yeah, and this is for the today's tutorial, and if you want to learn more, you can subscribe my channel and also press the bell icon to get the updates of the new uploads. And see you next time. See you. Bye bye.